we had like 5 minutes so I could just.
Oh, what do you need? You could disappear if you want. Oh, well, we can.
Just to talk with you guys. That was all.
Oh, that's okay.
We're totally doing that now. We're talking with each other now. That's the whole point of the panel is that chat knows that if they have a question, they have to book a hangout. Like that's just how it goes.
Interesting.
Right?
Okay.
So that's the thing with the Colorworld Hangouts is we do this so that I can catch up with everybody because our lives are stupid and we never get to just sit down and chat.
Mary, I don't know what you mean.
We have no idea what you're talking about.
I cry. So who was I was talking with somebody and I have all your like stuff with me. I brought it to New Orleans and someone was like, oh, you don't know, do you? I was like, I don't know what. I was like, I know my friends are here. I know we're having dinner. I know I can't wait. They're like, no, they canceled. And I was like, oh.
I didn't know that you were driving there just for us.
It wasn't just for you. But
you were the best. You were the biggest.
That's true.
Well, I added the difficulty of bringing everything, all of the autograph stuff with me. I was like, I won't ship it. It's way safer if I just bring it in. And so I have like this big old you wait till you see it, you guys. It is a metal plate that's gotta be 3 feet by 2 feet. And I'm all the way down to New Orleans. I'm like, nobody touch that. Kids, get away from that. And
is it like a shirtless Steve and like Mary's holding on to him?
Can we get that? Can we make that?
No.
Yeah.
That actually would be, you guys, that would be pretty sensational.
What if we did Steve in that? What is it?
He was like, no, it wouldn't.
Oh no, I know what we're gonna do. Okay, you got Kari. You asked the things that you wanted to catch up. I'm gonna pull up this picture that I think we're definitely gonna do shirtless Steve and Mary.
Oh, God.
I love the idea of it being like the cover of a faux romance novel.
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
Like, or at least Steve, can you be wearing a flowing white shirt that's cut?
Yes.
Fabio?
No, I'm gonna wear.
And he needs to have the mullet from his youth.
Yes, I'm gonna wear also with the red, white, and blue spandex junk shorts that all the runners used in the Olympics.
Yes,
must have those. Yeah,
those are amazing.
Gosh.
And then maybe animated a little bit. Yeah.
I don't know if I needed maybe I did need the audio.
You started it. That's the sound. That's exactly what it sounds like.
All right.
We definitely right. Can't you see Steve and Mary just like this?
Yes.
Oh hell yeah.
Although
with the chainsaw.
Because Mary would not be cowering behind.
Okay. No, I was going to say Mary's going to be in front. I'm going to be cowering.
So this is Mary and this is Steve.
Yeah, but I'm not shirtless.
Can she be shirtless, please? Please.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Nope.
I'm photoshopping that shit. I'm going to do it.
Oh my God.
Man.
Steve, use your photoshopping powers for good.
Okay.
And we need you crouching behind Mary Elizabeth.
I'd be happy in that outfit.
I'm gonna send this over to Eric, and I'm gonna do 2 versions for shirts. And it's gonna one will have Steve and then Mary, and the other one will have Mary and then Steve. And I will tell Eric to put as much fabric on you as we can get away with.
Like a Barbarella outfit. Like you got to put me in full on, something.
Or at least like knife holsters, right? Strapped across the chest. Like,
oh my gosh, yes.
Honey, I'm gonna need about 15 minutes with Mary right now.
Well, look at the one on the Galaxy. Look at the one
this
down
one right here?
rows. Yeah. Well,
Queen.
Well, where was and like that outfit?
Or can we
still never wear it?
No.
But,
okay.
Actually, the one where she's sitting in the tunnel thing. That's nice with the gold bra. No, down right.
Right here, gold bra.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That
Are we
one,
live?
I would wear that.
We're live. Yeah,
we're live. Oh, hi everybody.
Yeah, we're live. Doesn't she look like Elizabeth? What's her name from Bewitched in that?
Oh yes, totally.
Yeah, oh my gosh, she totally does.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will get those notes over to Eric, and we're gonna have two. So for everybody that's out there, we're gonna have 2 versions of the Steve and Mary shirt. I'm gonna think of something clever to replace Army of Darkness with, and you'll be able to get the Steve saving Mary. You'll also be able to get the Mary saving Steve. You can buy both. We'll do like a bundle deal if you get both Steve and Mary shirts.
I predict the Mary saving Steve is just gonna blow the other one out of the water.
It usually does.
We're gonna keep track just so we can make this empirical.
I look like I'm in a shipping container. Look at this. It's a mess. I swear to God, I look like I'm just like I'm in the shed in the back.
That's a huge shed. If
With
that's your shed,
my lightsabers. I have a collection of lightsabers.
do you really?
I do.
Are you a Sith or a Jedi person? Where do you swing?
I have one Sith saber, which doesn't actually work. It makes sound, but it doesn't light up. But then I've got three. I think, what do we have? We've got, I made one at
with an Ultra Sabers?
Galaxy's Edge. And I made one for a druid. So it's got a Rancor fang on it. And it's really, really cool. I can pull them up again.
I think we might need to show it.
Yeah, I think absolutely.
So she's got a bunch of broadswords in there. She has all kinds of weapons.
I love. Now, are you a weapons person, Steve? Are you into?
We have weapons all over the house. We have daggers and swords and all kinds of things. That's what we used to get each other for every holiday.
Oh, so I have Vader.
That's so awesome.
It's happening. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, Mary.
But this one is my favorite in terms
yeah.
of the hilt,
Look
but
at
it doesn't, it needs batteries, but even then it won't, this doesn't light up. And I think it's red.
Are you are either of those battle blades? Can you fight with them?
Sure. I don't know.
Yeah, you can. You can.
I've got,
Okay.
Gently.
Was Luke's blue? Or is this Obi-Wan?
All right, chat, help us out. Whose lightsaber is blue?
Blue.
I feel like, wasn't Luke's green?
I feel like Luke was green.
I thought it was, yeah.
I don't know who had a blue one. I got the blue one. But then, that comes off every time. But this is the one I had made at the Galaxy's Edge. Isn't this fascinating? I'm sure everyone who loves Mortal Kombat is really
I'm fascinated.
I warned chat right up front. Look at that.
So it's got a Rancor fang.
Yeah.
On it and it needs a new battery.
Oh, dang.
Oh,
But
really?
it's a green saber for a druid. I got this for my druid named Blue, who is French with a charisma of -2.
Oh.
Okay, if anyone wants to donate batteries this Christmas to Mary Elizabeth, she needs a ton of size D batteries. She doesn't want fan mail. She needs fan batteries.
I need someone to
fix
this one.
Amazon wish list right now.
Yes. Oh,
someone to fix this.
Do you not? Can't you take that to Ultra Sabers? Ultra Sabers could fix that, right? Okay.
Yeah, but I can't remember if it's an Ultra Saber or not. But
is there a place called Ultra Sabers?
Yes. Yeah, where you can build your own. Build your hilt, pick the blade, the color of the blade. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And this was a dark. I love the claw. It just looked like it had a claw on it.
Oh, man.
Nerd.
Oh, man. No, I'm kind of like making plans for my lightsaber now.
Well, that's what's great. You go to Galaxy's Edge and you can pick from 4 different styles, and then from there you can configure it. You've got like multiple configurations within the style, and it's great.
Oh, that's amazing. That's
so much fun too. The experience is amazing there.
Oh.
Yeah, it might have been Ultra Sabers. It might have, but then I'd have to send it to them, and we're moving to Hawaii, and
Do you see this, Kari? You can go wherever you want to go. Like, you literally color of hilt. Fancy. Oh, apparently they're doing now holocrons.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
So check it out. You can go. Ooh, you could be a dual wielder, double blade series. Oh man.
Yeah.
This message brought to you by Ultra Sabers.
Right? I know. I feel like
I know.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Okay, so there you go. There, for anyone that doesn't know that that's a thing. Yes, Alex, it's a thing.
So there are only 2 more sabers that I want. There's a configuration at Galaxy's Edge that you can make a She-Ra, basically a She-Ra saber. It's gorgeous with gold and white and then you get a blue kyber crystal. And then the other one is Ray's. I love Ray's saber that she built at the end. That's got the gold.
Oh man.
I know. Kari, you would love it.
I'm okay.
Yep.
Okay, so let's get into catching up. We're already halfway there. Okay, so Hawaii is a done deal then. You're gonna live in Hawaii with any place to come back to the mainland, or is it only gonna be Hawaii?
No,
only Hawaii.
We cut the strings, baby.
I love it.
We're going.
We're trying to.
Big adventure.
Okay.
Termites are all over California, apparently. So.
Oh, those bastards! But you can get them. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a total deal killer. You just have to get. If you ever need to rebuild any of those corners, get this, when we sold our house, we had an inspection, and then our goal was, we knew in 30 days they were going to come back through a walkthrough to see what was on the list. There were some things that had to be done, and we wanted to catch anything that the inspector didn't catch for the buyer. We rebuilt the back corner of the house in the 30 days, the foundation, because we surveyed the whole thing and we found this huge crack. So we're like, well, let's tear up a little bit of the concrete to see what's causing this. And there was a tree root 3 feet in diameter, a tree root.
Wow.
There was an old sewage pipe. The old lead sewage line was going directly into the tree root and feeding it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And so it was growing at the source, as opposed to the tree growing, the root grew, and it picked up the whole back corner. So we got in there, we dug it out, we ripped it out, and then we rebuilt the back corner with brick. So we learned how to be brick masons in the 30-day window.
You became Freemasons in a very short period of time.
Yeah.
We ain't got that kind of time.
Well, if there was a problem, I'll solve it. Check out the hook when my DJ revolves it.
Oh,
wow.
Yes.
Nice baby.
Yes, Kari, tell me about the album that just showed up on your Instagram.
Hell yeah.
Yay! It's pretty exciting. And by the way, on this short little lunch break that I just took, I got the coffee mugs in.
Oh!
So I put together this Slot Her album, and it takes the music of the late 80s, early 90s hair band Slaughter, which, if you don't know them, you should check them out online, because I love them. And so we basically just kind of repurposed and reinvented their songs in all these different genres of music. And the album is coming out August 27th. And the first song on the album features Mary Elizabeth McGlynn crushing the solo lead. And if you haven't seen one of the live shows in LA that we were doing before the shutdown, Mary Elizabeth this is the original band Slaughter. Yep. They're amazing. Yep, they're the.
Okay.
If you, Kari's like,
I feel like I'm watching something that's making my heart go.
Okay, now do you have a Slot Her?
I do. If you go to slother.com, our page will pop up, and Mary, I got to tell you, it's the whole album. The thing I'm so excited about is that it features all of these different amazing singers and musicians, mostly female.
Okay.
And Mary has been with me since the beginning, singing in the live shows, and she just really shines on the record. So stream it. It's everywhere streaming August 27th, and we've got like pre-sale bundles going on right now.
Yes.
Look at the two of you just rocking the fetch house.
Rocking and rolling.
And Sarah Cravens, who's
on the left,
is on the left.
Oh,
so,
that's there. Oh, man.
So you got all three in the Mortal Kombat family.
That's amazing. Yep. Okay, so what came first? Did everyone get cast in MKL? Like, how does this get? Kari, take us through. How do you end up on stage rocking out with these women?
Well, we were friends. I mean, we were friends before this, and it started out as just this crazy idea. I'm on the way home from a Slaughter concert, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I just want to sing Slaughter songs, and I'd make it all girls, and I'd call it Slot Her.
Wait a second.
And I'll never forget it, because I kind of mumbled this idea that I was thinking of doing it. And Mary, in a session, said, if you need background vocals, I'll come and for you. And it's kind of like bringing a bazooka to like a knife fight. And I'm like, come on, she's not going to come and sing background vocals. And by God, she did. She crushed it. And so by the time the second show rolled around, I'm like, Mary, I'm giving you more songs to do.
Well, it was so funny. We were at a Dorothy. We did, all three of us did a show called Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. I was a voice director. Kari was Dorothy and Ozma, and Steve was one of those fabulous monkeys, Frank
Flying
and
monkey.
Yeah.
Lyman. you were Frank. And it was so much fun. And Kari came in and I was like, how are you doing? She goes, I'm working on this Mutuals project. It's so cool. It's so exciting. And I was just like, if you ever need background vocals, you went, really? Really? And I said, yeah, absolutely. 100%. And you're like, because Sarah's already involved. And I was like, oh, I'm in. I am so in if you want me, and that was it.
That was it. And of course, Sarah, like if some of you guys haven't met Sarah and stuff like that, she's so hilarious and so much energy. So the second I even brought it up, I'm like, I'm thinking of doing this thing. Oh, girl, I got you.
Oh,
I got you so hard. I am in, y'all.
I'm in.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the next panel. She's on the next panel. So
yeah. But then, the music is not only for fun and for, this dream of yours to do, you donate money. You've got this amazing fund that, there's a lot of it goes to, you contribute a lot of the proceeds to this. What's the fund you have? Is it what's it called?
Yeah. Tell us where the charity is.
Yes. It's called donorschoose.org.
Oh, yes.
And it's basically public school teachers. Like both of my parents used to be teachers before they retired. And they end up paying out of pocket for a lot of stuff that they use in their classrooms. And it gets really expensive, unfortunately. So with Donors Choose, teachers can post what they need in their classrooms. And it's everything from, you can, Mary and I, from the proceeds from some of our live shows, we've bought ukuleles for grade school classrooms. We've bought cello strings for orchestras. We sent a dance troupe to their state finals. I don't know if
that's awesome.
Mary.
No, that's amazing.
Yeah. So it's really wonderful. So you can kind of find a classroom to support. You can go by subject. You can go by part of the country, anything like this. So a big chunk of any proceeds that we make from this album, if any, are going to go to Donors Choose. So you can feel good about ordering. So.
Okay, this is amazing. So I'm going to put so just for everyone who knows, when you go to the website, just like everything, it knows who you are, knows where you are. It already knew we were in Iowa, and it brings up projects that are close to you so that you can help people that are in your community.
Yeah, it's pretty great. And, you can, and if if there's something that you're really passionate about, whether it's math or science, like my dad and I used to dissect owl pellets when I was a kid because he was a science teacher.
Yeah,
so,
a lot of kids do that.
Anyways, now that I say that out loud, but so I put owl pellet for a science.
Somebody open up the YouTube link in another window.
I don't think I did.
There's definitely an echo.
I don't know.
Check. Is it me?
Check. Is it me?
Hello.
You guys are great.
It's all of us.
It looks like Kari.
I know. Sorry.
Now I'm hearing it with all of us.
Is it me?
I'm not hearing an echo.
Check.
I think this is you for saying, be quiet, Kari, and let other people talk.
No, you're talking about really important things. The Donors Choose is fantastic. And there will be profits to this because everyone in chat's going to make sure that they go and pick up the album. And then can they buy the album now?
Well, I don't know how to get this to stop echoing, guys. I'm so sorry. Having issues? Should I?
It wasn't you, Kari. It was still echoing when you muted.
Okay.
So, Brad, I think it's on your side.
It could be me. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to... that... Is it on Mary's side?
Check.
Might
be on me.
Uh-oh.
Want me to? I'm gonna leave and I'll come back.
Well, look for a speaker tab. Anything that has like a speaker icon as the tab, or a red light.
Check.
The red light also tells you that
now.
you're okay. Fantastic.
How about now? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Check.
Yeah.
You're
like
so good.
Now it's better.
Got it.
Okay, we got it. Oh,
Yay.
Magic.
Woo. Okay, so can they buy the album now?
Pre-sales started yesterday.
Okay.
It was very exciting. So you actually can on the slother.com site, there's a store tab.
Perfect.
And so we have pre-sale bundles that are
good.
selling right now. So it's a CD and like a t-shirt and a postcard and stuff like that. and a digital download. So you can pre-buy it now, or August 27th. It's going to be available everywhere for streaming and purchase at that time.
So are any of the tracks on it streaming now, or that only starts August 27th?
You can hear "Mad About You," which was the pre-release single.
It's so good.
It's
With a video.
Oh, the video is amazing.
Oh my God, the video is insane.
So the video and the track are out right now.
We should watch the video, and Kari, you should talk us through the process while we watch this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We can do some directors, some performers commentary as we go through.
Oh gosh, I feel like we need to start talking about you guys.
Yeah,
I
talk to
don't
Steve.
care. I'm just here to hang with you.
Hi, Steve.
I'm just happy to see you. Hi.
Hi.
I'm going to Hawaii and I'm hanging out with my friends. I'm very happy.
Gosh.
Yeah, there's nothing else.
You are going to eventually send pictures of.
Yeah.
Eventually.
We'll send you some pictures today. Of what
Now,
we're doing.
do you have the place already picked out, you guys, as to where you want to, which island and all that jazz you want to end up on?
Yes, we're building. We own a piece of property and we're building. And so right now, though, we just sold this house. Is that okay to say, honey?
Sure.
Yeah. We just sold this house, so we're going to get a rental property.
I don't know. There was an inspection today, and who knows
we'll
if
see.
it'll continue on.
We're moving. We're
send
moving
me
in
the
2
list.
months. Yeah, we're moving in 2
fix
months, and we're
whatever's
going to
on
live there through the construction process.
Oh, cool.
At a place that's about 15 minutes away. Yeah.
That's
It's
fantastic.
strange because it's going to be about less than half the size of the new house that we're building. So we're sort of downsizing first. And then, so we're sort of going through the mad idea of, do we need this? No. Do we need this? No. Do we need this? No.
Yeah.
We will for the big house, but right now, where do we store it? Where do we get rid of it?
Now,
So-
if you guys just go on Pop Shop Live and start listing all of your items, I bet you could have half your house sold before you
Pop Shop,
move.
it's called?
So we're working with Pop Shop Live. Today is anime all day on Pop Shop Live. It's a cool app. It's like being at a convention. So Kyle Abear just jumped on there Wednesday and did a live stream, and it's literally like seeing a fan at a convention. They're looking at oh my gosh, I want this one. Then you share some moments about the thing that you're in. Like they click on their screen, they can buy the autograph right then and there on the screen. It's fantastic. And so you literally could like walk through your house with a cell phone while streaming live on Pop Shop. And then they go, what about that table? Is that table for sale? And then you'd be like, yes, the table's for sale. Okay, blah, 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 boop.
But then we got to ship it, right?
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. You could just say pick up only and just leave it out front. Just leave it out front. Or you could, oh man, I wonder if we could like rent a place and then everything that you sell on Pop Shop.
There's no money to do anything anymore.
No.
There's no money.
We are broke. We're house
Well, then we
poor.
really need to Pop Shop. We need to sell all of your furniture so that you can have money to get over to Hawaii.
If there's one place to be broke though, it's
Hawaii.
Yeah, that's our plan.
Like you can just sit out on the beach and cry.
We
Like,
need nothing else. We'll have each other, and we'll be naked on the lanai, and it'll be happy fun time.
Sea turtles will understand our plight.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
gosh.
it.
Yeah.
All right, so help Mary and Steve get to Hawaii. Everyone in chat, make sure you buy a hangout today. buy a hangout so that Steve and Mary are not completely broke in Hawaii.
Oh man. Oh, that's
How
so
many
funny.
shows can I direct at once to make sure this happens?
Do it.
Yeah.
So what are you directing right? So first of all, who directs Mortal Kombat? Is that a Richard thing or who is
That's Dominic, right?
Oh,
And
Dominic?
Amanda. Didn't Amanda direct a lot of it?
Yeah, Amanda started directing a big part of it at the beginning, and then Dominic had taken over parts of it at the end. So yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but Mary
Group
directs
effort.
everything else.
Yeah, she does.
No.
Everything.
No. There are
Everything
many,
but Mortal Kombat.
amazing voice directors. So many. A lot of them are women, and I'm very proud of that. This industry really embraces female directors and male. I mean, they're there, but you've had your time. So, just say it. You've had your shot.
We'll just pull me and Steve off the panel, and then Kari and Mary.
I'm
No.
fine with that. I'll just be a spectator.
I love it. So has there always been? Well, I know there hasn't always been, but at what point did Mortal Kombat get a story mode, get a first player story mode where you're walking around the universe. Is this the first game to have a story mode, or have there been? I've just missed it. And other versions. Did Mortal Kombat X have a story mode?
I'm not sure, to be
Totally honest. Okay.
Because my fandom with it was in the much earlier versions, just because that was, I don't know, that was my jam.
Yeah.
So that, was a totally different story. So with the later games, I don't know. Steve and Mary, do you guys know?
I'm just a voice schmo. I have no idea. I walk in, they show me some lines, and I read them.
Yeah, what was fun about this one is that we kept being brought back in to face, just to have like a handful or a couple pages worth of lines, but it was like with the Terminator and Joker and Rambo. I mean, it was amazing. It was really, really fun.
Now, is that cool to see so much work done between Injustice and Mortal Kombat? The characters kind of showing up in each other's video game.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
I love crossover stuff. I think it's amazing. They did Mortal Kombat and Tekken once, and I played Nina in Tekken. So for a while, I was like, okay, so those two worlds converging. And then I finally got Cetrion in Mortal Kombat, and then that started to converge with all these other games and characters and everything. And I just think crossovers are fun. They're great, especially in fighting games. It's just like, it's the what if. It's the classic con question.
Yes.
Who would win?
Who would win in a fight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I love that the gamers are just like, why not? Let's see. Let's see who would win. Let's put them up against each other.
It is cool to see egos get put aside to make these kind of things that fans have always wanted to happen actually happen.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like in 2011 is when the first time that Mortal Kombat got a story
mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think for me, Mortal Kombat was always waiting at Ribs USA to pick up my order, and I'd just be like, "All right, let's kick some butt," and it just fight.
Boy, mine was Pizza Hut.
Yes, right. So I would always play the arcade version of it, and I just never caught onto it because we have a gaming system, but it's more about collecting dust than it is about use at this point. I use the VR system a lot more than the PS or the Xbox. So I never got to play. Plus it takes, I have an addictive personality, and I find the first time I turned on the PlayStation, I was like, oh, there's like a D&D game, and I forget what it was called. I played it for 8 hours straight.
Whoa.
Didn't eat. And at that point, I just said, okay, let's put that down and
not do that again.
Yeah. So now I just play Beat Saber, which I haven't done in months either, on the Rift, because I know I can get in there, whack out some boxes to a couple songs and then walk away without it's just like there's one more quest I can go on. So
yeah, I like StarCraft. I know that comes up several times on panels whenever gaming, but I've been playing it for 25 years, so the familiarity's there, and there's a defined beginning of the game and end of the game, and I like that I can just do a game and then walk away and not feel like when do you walk away in an open world game where you literally can walk anywhere?
Yeah.
I prefer the match system where there's a beginning, middle, and end. Plus, I get to play with my kids. I really like playing StarCraft with the kids. Yeah. Do either of you, Steve, Mary, do you video game with any of your tiny people?
I don't have opposable thumbs, so I am incapable.
Good thing you made it so far in voice.
You don't need thumbs in voice.
Yes, all right. I have no children, but I've tried to play them with the cats, and they enjoy it.
They play with the cats.
My kids are pretty good gamers, but they're old and busy now, so they don't do it much anymore.
My kids are very good gamers, and depending on the game we play is not fun. They think it's hilarious. I'm like, when you get bored, like how many, like the 68th time you've killed me in a match to 500, like, isn't that boring to you? Like, it's boring to me getting killed over and over. And they're like, ha, they'll walk around the corner. Ha, oh, I sniped you from across. Oh, Like, wow, this is so much fun. Thank you guys for letting me spend time with you.
My nephews used to text me in the middle of the night when they were playing Star Wars games, and it was one of the first games where you could grab a stormtrooper and shake him around and throw him up in the air and whatever. And my nephews would text me in the middle of the night, "I killed you 47 times." Great. I wouldn't hear from them all year long, but that was the thing that made them happy.
That was the thing.
That's the bonding thing. Yeah.
Do you text back, "I love you too"?
Yeah, I did. Enjoy. I am here for your pleasure. Enjoy. That's
awesome.
what uncles are for.
That's amazing.
Do you feel like you get to do something different in a video game than you do in recording something that has a real story that's really, really story driven from the beginning? I know they've added story to Mortal Kombat, but it's still very much a fighting game. Kari, do you feel like when you jump in there in the booth, do you go a different direction? Do you tap into something different than you normally would to play a character that's going to be?
Well, I mean, I will say that with video games, it gets your aggression out.
Yeah.
Like if you have been irritated about anything during the day, it's just like, down, grenade, you know. So it is kind of very aggro.
Yeah.
Sometimes, which I don't know, on the right day can be super fun. Yeah, you just get to channel things, I think, in a game that a lot of times I wouldn't necessarily get to channel in my day-to-day life.
Do you have a go-to? You're like, that time at the bank. All right, let's go. Is there like a memory that you just jump back into whenever you just want to be so ticked off that you're going to punch someone?
Oh, actually, okay, it's not as much a rage memory as kind of like a nice memory, if this doesn't make any sense. But I used to take Taekwondo when I was much younger. So when I was in high school and like early college, I took Taekwondo. And so with a lot of video games, when you're recording the battle efforts, it just reminds me, like I get this image of being back in my dojo in high school doing that.
Yeah.
And they're like, put a little bit, because that was like part of our instruction. So I always tell people now, like, if you're interested in video games, actually martial arts can be a great way to
that's awesome.
learn how to breathe and kind of do stuff from your diaphragm. So,
I
don't know.
I didn't even think about that, but in college, I was studying Taekwondo also. And one of the things that we had to do, we walked into the classroom and the sensei's assistant would punch us in the stomach just to make sure that we had been doing our core exercises. And they'd hit us like 5 times, or he'd do like a roundhouse into the stomach, and you had to be able to stand there and take it. And I just realized that sense memory actually does come into play, because we do use the core a lot in battle efforts. And I just that just dawned on me now that was probably some pretty good training for it.
Oh, that's amazing.
It really is, because the more you come from the diaphragm, and Mary, as a singer, you can probably attest to this too, that like the more you're figuring out how to come from your diaphragm with stuff, the more you're not necessarily just screaming it from your throat.
Yeah.
So actually,
it'll save you a lot of wear and tear.
It will, because video games are the most aggressive against your vocal cords than anything else. You always have to be careful which voices you audition with, because I was just recently in doing a session, and the whole time was like this. Wow. And I realized that, this sucks. Why did I audition with this voice? I'm so stupid, because now it's like, and it's 4 hours of screaming with this. So the whole time I'm literally taking stock and trying to, it's like finding a comfortable position in a chair that has like a torture chair of nails. It's like, if I can just move this way and this doesn't hurt. Okay. And then ease into it a little bit, like, okay, I can sit here for a little while. I'll be okay. But man, you move the wrong way and you're like,
yeah.
I did that. What was that, yesterday or the day before, when you and Jill were just outside the booth, and I was doing an audition for a character that was dying with blood in the throat coming up.
Oh, wow.
And they said, actually drink. It sounded something like this. Something like that, but they wanted like that. They wanted 15.
How do you not waterboard yourself when you
15-second versions
talking?
of that, and they wanted
Yeah.
3 different versions of that for the audition. And after that, I was just wrecked. I hadn't done anything like that in a while. And I was like, oh crap! I hope I don't book this.
You're like, man, I hope I get someone else gets this one.
Yeah.
Man.
I know, it's funny because you have to be. We're all so grateful to do what we do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's dream job. It really is. But there are moments when you realize I have not done myself. I have done myself a huge disservice
Yeah.
by auditioning with this character that sounds really cool, but can I sustain this for 4 hours or even 2 hours?
Yeah,
You know,
in a session.
And,
Well, I can say since this is fitting in with the theme of the thing, is that exact thing happened with Melina, with recording the Melina voice.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we got to where we came up with, you know, kind of the raspy thing, you know, this kind of thing. And in the first session, I was booked for 4 hours, and we got towards the end of that. And like at about 3 hours, I just didn't have any more voice and they could hear it.
Yeah.
So it's one of the only times where I've had to say, listen, any sessions after this have got to be 2
or
hours.
less. Yeah.
And they were very cool about it. They were really great about working that out. But I've never had that happen before where it's just like, I legit can't do this for 4 hours.
Plus, for Melina, you had to unhinge your jaw too.
I did.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tough part.
But you could eat like 12 burgers at once.
Yes. Like that girl on TikTok. Yeah.
She was like the in and out dream, right? It's just like, I'm at the drive-through. I'm at the drive-through.
Do you ever feel like
extra cheese?
Does anyone ever order in a character? Do you ever just mess with the people in the drive-through and play your character in a drive-through?
No, I mess with telemarketers and I feel really bad for them. But normally, try not to with like legit telemarketers who are just doing their job. But if I know they're spammers and I know it's just the minute I say your social security card your social security number has been, you know, and we're going to turn it off. And I'm like, press 1 to talk to an operator. I was like, you know, and they're just like, hello, yes. Do you, your social security number is in jeopardy. And I'm like, I know, I'm in Russia. I desperately need social security number. Please do me. You know, so I'll work on accents and everything else. Because I know it's a scam and I know that they're taking people's money. So I don't feel as bad because then they'll start yelling at you too. And it's just like,
How long do you keep them going, Mary, before they get annoyed?
They'll hang up on me, which is nice. And they don't call back. So it's great. It's really great.
Man.
It wasn't like Roger. Roger used to keep them on. Roger Craig Smith used to keep on these spammers for a good half an hour.
So tell me about your life. Yeah, I want to know. No, he would really take them for a ride.
That's amazing.
Just waste all their time.
Yeah.
So nobody orders drive-through in their character then.
Steve?
I did once. No, twice. I did twice. I don't even remember what it was. I did. Somebody challenged me to do one as Starscream, and I it was just stupid. It was really stupid, and
they didn't dig it. You're saying the people on the would think
they didn't recognize the voice.
Oh, really?
And they thought I was just being an idiot. And I got up to the front, and the guy goes, "Oh, that's what you look like? Wow." And I said, "I'm sorry. It was a dare. I'm really sorry." I just ended up apologizing and driving away with my head in my lap.
Oh no!
It never goes like you think it's gonna go.
Okay.
You know, I very, very early on in my career, I went to a toy store or Target or someplace, and I wanted to buy an action figure. We were doing Digimon at the time.
Okay.
And I was so excited because one of my little characters came out. It was one of the first ones that I could actually go and buy. And I picked up the thing, and I'm really excited to see it. And there's a little boy who's right next to me, and he has the same character in his hand. And I just looked over and I hear his voice on TV. And the kid started crying hysterically because this voice was coming out of this ugly old dude. His mom came after me with her purse and chased me out of the store because she thought I was I was going to violate her child or something. It never goes the way you think it's going to. Yeah, it was terrible.
Wow.
Terrible.
That's
and
always
he never
like.
went to.
Oh, go ahead, Mary.
No, I was just going to say, and he never went to Toys R Us again.
Yeah.
But anyway, Kari, go ahead.
When they closed, it's my fault.
It always freaks me out, or I always get really nervous when a parent that knows what I do has their kid with them, and they're like, "Oh, do a voice for little Andrea, you know? Oh, Andrea, she does voices. Do the voice of the thing. Because I know there's like a 50-50 chance that the kid's going to be either really like entranced and like, oh, wow, or that they're going to be traumatized.
Yeah.
And break through tears. It's scarring.
Oh my
80% of the time, it's the latter for me. At
Right?
conventions or not, little kids they can't put that together yet. They can't.
Yeah.
Oh,
They think that those characters are real.
Yeah.
And
you
I remember when I was a little kid, I did too. And I'd be terrified if I saw that voice coming out of me. If I was a little
Well,
kid.
you do some pretty terrifying voices in general as well.
I do, but I don't generally do scary voices for kids unless I know the kids have played the games or watched the shows, and the parents have kind of prepped me at a convention in context. But doing like a happy little voice, for a kid, I thought that's safe, and it's not.
It's not safe.
It's just not. No. Yeah.
Scarring children one encounter at a time.
Exactly. Worldwide. I'm a global source of PTSD.
Oh man.
Do you get recognized for your voice? I feel like you must have at least had some sort of.
Steve, you get recognized a lot.
Who, me?
Steve does. Yeah.
Really?
Steve gets recognized all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
It's a good job
like,
marketing
dude,
is what that is.
Dude, are you Spike Spiegel?
Dude, was I in jail with you in Alabama?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was your roommate.
That was cool, bro. That was
buddy.
cool.
Yeah, good times.
You never had a ghost in the shell thing, though, Mary. Come on.
She has. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. In airports, you get recognized. Yes, you.
Not when I'm with you, baby. Everybody's.
Just stop.
And I just sit there with this bag over my head. Why don't they know me? Why don't they know
because I'm not wearing pants. That's why. Stop wearing pants. That's how.
That'll do it.
The
That'll do
attention.
it.
Yes.
Everyone will be. Oh my gosh.
Yes. No, I don't think. Because you would think, is it just my voice, but no, most people. They don't. Of course, everybody at the conventions comes up and says something, but I've never really had anybody say anything, which I'm happy about. I'm fine with,
Well, you just wait till Slaughter blows up, and you will never be able to undo that. Yeah.
Listen, I hope she gets some love for especially her solo on this album, because it just slays.
Now, who writes? Is it original? Are you taking existing lyrics? And you had mentioned, do you genre bend? Are you like taking a hard rock song and like making it country? Tell me.
Yes, so they're all Slaughter songs. They're all songs.
Oh, okay.
The original band Slaughter did on one of their albums, but then we bend the genre. So we have some that kind of sound like a little bit more like rock covers of their songs, but then we have a song with a ukulele. We have
you do jazz.
We do jazz.
Really?
Jazz is awesome.
Pop. We do a pop mashup.
Do you have any like punk rock where you just jam it and you're just
Volume 2.
Okay. So not yet, but you're not opposed to doing
we do that in our live shows.
Oh, really?
Yes, we definitely have a song called I'm Gone that is, I would say, pretty much that.
So good.
So good. But we have to record that for Volume 2.
Now, do you have besides Slaughter's obviously the like big push and the inspiration? Are there other bands along the way that have really touched you? And then so you picked that genre because like, oh, we want to do a jazz because I'm a big Harry Connick Jr. person, or I picked the country because are there other musical people that really inspired?
Yeah, I just love music in general. And Mary, I think you and Steve probably could chime in on too. And I like a lot of different kinds of music.
Yep.
So I think part of why this project kind of spawned the way it did is that I couldn't imitate, like I couldn't mimic the lead guy's singing.
Right.
I just like vocally, I couldn't mimic what
couldn't get there.
singing.
Yep.
So when I would be singing it in the house, maybe one song would be in this kind of style, but it's this rock song. So I'm like, well, why don't we just kind of genre and do, if this song reminds me of a song that I love by, this bluegrass band, let's do this one bluegrass, or this song I think would be a great pop song. I don't know.
One of the things I loved most about your live shows is that we really got a glimpse into your life and your inspiration for everything that you do. Her live show is like, it was like a one-woman show with a band that she would show pictures of her childhood, and we really get to know what all of her influences were. It's a fascinating thing to watch, and it became a big community event too. Every one of those shows, there were hundreds of us from the community that would show up, and it became a party every single time. It was so cool.
So fun. I hope one day we can come out and do the show in Hawaii.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's going to have to be in Hawaii now.
Yes, please.
Yep.
We'll hook you up. You let us know, and we'll hook up.
Absolutely. We'll just let you guys get settled in, and then we'll.
Yep. Do it
before you mess with the neighbors, because once you turn those amps up, right?
That's right. You got to make friends with the neighbors, Mary.
Yes. Get them to really like you.
They're going to hate us.
Yes.
But they can love you at first. They can love.
They'll love us at first, yeah.
Yeah. Now, Kari, are you a Vixen fan at all? I know that was when I was younger. I was really excited that there was an all-female metal band.
Yes. In fact, I'm friends with one of the gals in Vixen.
Oh, that's rad.
Yeah, and so I've seen them in concert 2 or 3 times.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So they're great. They're still going strong, and they've had a couple of bandmate changes.
Yep.
But they still sound incredible. So
because that's the same era as Cinderella. Yeah, Vixen and Cinderella existed at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
All so good. All so good, you guys.
Yes. Yes,
yeah. I grew up listening to that same music. That's all up my alley. Sepultura. I don't know if you're
that one. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Steve, Mary?
No, I'm old.
So Steve, you should.
Is it Barry Manilow?
Yeah, Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow do that?
Oh man, Barry. Are you a big Zeppelin guy, Steve? Do you like
Zeppelin and Supertramp and The Who and Pink Floyd? That was my era. I'm a lot older than these ladies, these youngsters.
I love Led Zeppelin, but I feel like I never could get on board with the other. I don't know. It could just be a generational thing.
It's a generational thing, and that's the concerts that we saw back then. I mean, that I saw all those bands live back in the day, and it was sick. It was the best era, I think, for live concerts. Honestly.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. Iron Maiden, Metallica.
I saw Metallica once. They were great, but it didn't resonate with me. And it's like you said, it's a generational thing.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep. Yeah. It is interesting. Has anyone on the panel have like new stuff that you really love that you can't put down, or do you find yourself like you're listening to the same things that you listened to when you're a teenager?
Sarah Bareilles. All I listen to is Sarah Bareilles. I love her. I love her so much.
And that's new then? Somebody that's new that you just can't put down?
Yeah, but I've been listening to her for a good 10, 12 years, but every time she's got something that comes out, she's just one of the greatest modern storytellers. And her voice is flawless, and she's really funny, and she did the music for Waitress. So she's also, she's brilliant. I just love her. Love, love, love her. Thanks for coming, Chris Brown.
Hi, Chris.
Steve, what about you? Are you still listening? You still have The Who on your iPod, or do you have new stuff?
iPod. Wow, that goes back a ways.
iPhone. I don't know what you call it.
I listen to a little bit of everything these days. I just turn it on and just go. I stream a lot of music, so when I'm in the car, I'm just popping in whatever, and I'll do the suggested playlists, and I'll listen to everybody and everything. And in recent years, I've actually started listening to a little bit more rap, which I never listened to when I was younger, because I was working with Logic on a few of his albums. So it kind of opened my ears to how good some of that music really is.
Tell me you love DJ Khaled.
I do.
He's fire.
Yeah, he's sick. I haven't listened to a lot of his stuff, but oh my God, amazing. Just amazing.
If he reminds me of Diddy. Like Diddy used to be on everybody's record,
Yeah.
And that was the big rub. They're like, well, Diddy can't rap. Be like, sorry, bitch. He's producing half the industry. So it doesn't matter whether you think he can rap. His money doesn't need you at all.
Yeah.
But Khaled, I feel like is that guy now where he's on everybody's.
He's just crazy talented.
Yeah.
Is he doing the producing side too? Is he producing?
He does everything. Yeah.
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 Yeah. He would be, you'd think of him like Timbaland is the same kind of guy. Master P is the same kind of guy. Dr. Dre. So Khaled is like the next generation of that producer, rapper, vocalist. Yeah.
I feel like Will.i.am should be in that conversation somewhere too. I liked him. I mean, not that I talk about like he's not around anymore, but like he was doing a lot of producing and outside of the Black Eyed Peas and stuff.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see how supportive everyone was of the solo stuff that Fergie did. I feel like I haven't heard anything from Fergie in a really long time.
I know. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's doing something. I hope she's happy, whatever she's doing.
Yeah. I think one of the Wu-Tang, if you're a rap guy, are you still listening to Wu-Tang, Steve?
Occasionally, yeah. I mean, when it comes on, I'll stream whatever. So yeah.
We watched the other day. Urban Cowboy, Downtown Cowboy. Gosh darn it, what is it? Chad.
Urban Cowboy was a great John Travolta movie. But.
Okay. Oh well, then it wouldn't. He's not John Travolta. It's a movie about the folks who rode horses in Philadelphia, and Method Man plays a police officer who has to. The city keeps making him go enforce the rule, regulation, law violations in this community. Gosh dang it. What is...
That sounds familiar to me, and I can't think of the name of it.
Somebody help me out if you can in chat. If you've seen that on Netflix.
Iron Horse, is it? It's not Iron Horse.
Movie about Philadelphia. How do you spell Philadelphia?
PHIL.
Horse riding.
LY.
Yeah. Cute. Concrete Cowboy. Concrete Cowboy.
Oh, I don't know that.
That's not what I was thinking of. I don't know that one.
Okay, if you haven't, it looks like it was released April 2nd, 2021. If you haven't seen Concrete Cowboy, especially if you're a Wu-Tang fan, which I watch anything with Method Man and it was, man, I'll never, that rappers have made mainstream. The other day, my mom was like, oh, I bought this thing off TV. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, it was this guy. He's in all my favorite shows. I really like him. And I was like, Ice-T? She's like, yeah, Ice-T. And I was like, that's when you know, right?
That's when you know.
That's when you know. When my 70-something-year-old mom buys something because Ice-T recommended.
Yes.
That's amazing. Wow.
Oh, I love that.
I love it.
He's crossed over big time.
Yes.
Really done great stuff.
And the fact that there's no impetus to figure out what exactly his real name is. He's just still being, and my mom's like, yeah, Ice-T.
Yeah. Nobody cares.
No.
You know who who I listened to this week is Wolfgang Van Halen. Have you heard his new album? Mammoth is his band. Yeah, he's taken so much crap because everybody says that he's riding on his dad's coattails and whatever. But this dude plays all the instruments on his album, and when he performs live he shreds. I saw them with Van Halen before Eddie died. He was playing bass, and he was a young kid, and now he's just crushing it out there. Wow. It's amazing. His album's really good.
I love it.
It just came out, I think, last week, and I listened to it on Spotify. It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun.
I love to hear that because I just can't imagine how hard it would be.
For sure.
Going in
come out of the shadow of somebody.
Those shoes, yeah,
right.
But he plays everything, and he's really good. He's really good on every instrument. And he's got a great voice, and he writes all his own material. He's really talented guy.
Yep.
Mary,
Fantastic.
I have to know, Mary. So Steve got this major street cred with these concerts that he went to when he was younger. So what concerts were you going to when you were young? Were you going to concerts? Who was...
All right. The first one I went to, I remember when I was a kid, because we were littles, just in grade school. And Neil Diamond came out with Jonathan Livingston Seagull, right? Which was a story opera,
Oh,
right?
man.
So I think that's the first concert I went to. The first real, that was a real concert. I saw the Rolling Stones with Tina Turner.
Yes.
And Tina just had the gold lame wings.
Woo,
And
yes.
2 dancers. It blew my brain apart. But I was really into the Police.
Yes.
Synchronicity Tour.
Police.
You know, and being from the East Coast, Billy Joel. When Van Halen came, Jump, that was it. But then I was also the Duran Duran. You know, we drive around with the top down playing Rio or her name is. I mean, so it was a lot of. I was the Madonna generation. So I remember driving in my car coming back from college, hearing Like a Virgin for the first time, going, really? But so it was a weird time in music. Things were really moving away from where I grew up with, like Boston and Chicago and these big band rock bands that had unbelievable brass sections and orchestrations behind it, to synth. It went into full-on synth music. And I remember like Aha came out with Take on Me when I was in college, and everybody was like, that's it, you know. So I was sort of the transitional generation that there was the movement away from the big band feel and into something that was like Devo, where it's like 2 guys on the stage with, you know, I mean, but then I was also the SNL generation where I would watch, you know, the Talking Heads, and the Talking Heads would be on SNL, and Kate Bush was on SNL, and I was playing in an orchestra, and I was singing in an a cappella group and in choir. So I think, like you, Kari, I was just getting input from every different genre on the planet. The only thing that I didn't really click with was hip hop.
Oh no!
At the time, because I think I was. I don't know what happened. I think I had just gone to college, and well, when did Beastie Boys really come out? Because that was, was it, or from what somebody told me, like Blondie was the first one to rap, but I don't think that's right. You know, she actually did. She was one of the first female singers to do it.
Yeah. But was she the first though? Would she have been the first? I
don't think so, but I think once I hit college and graduate school, I was kind of gone from the music scene for a while. So I missed the 90s. Like I missed the whole boy band thing.
Oh no.
All of that. In Sync, Boys to Men. It was
Boys to Men.
It wasn't on my radar because I was just in the theater like the whole time. And
1981 is when BC Boys gets formed. Okay, last question. Then I'm going to kick everybody else because I have another panel in just a sec, and then Steve's got to get to his hangouts. Favorite concert you've been to, Kari? Favorite concert?
Slaughter.
I probably should have put money on that answer.
Sorry, you soft-sold me that question.
I should have. Well, I didn't even think of that. Yeah. We've said so many names, but it goes back to Slaughter. All right, Mary Elizabeth, favorite concert?
Besides Slaughter, it would be the Rochambeau with Peter Gabriel and Sting, where they sang each other's music.
I love Sting. Is great, man. All right, Steve, favorite concert?
Probably Led Zeppelin at the Forum when Keith Moon showed up on stage and did a dueling drum solo with John Bonham.
And then I'm going to
standing on timpanis like an ape.
I'm going to claim Rancid Suicide Machines at Rocket from the Crypt at the New Bar in Raleigh, North Carolina, and they played Ruby Soho for the encore. We thought we were going to go the whole night. It was everyone's favorite song, and they wouldn't play it, and then they did it for the encore. It was amazing. Wow. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I love all of you. It is such a pleasure to catch up and to see you all.
Love you, brother.
Thanks for having us.
Love you, family.
Mary, Steve, so good to see you.
I love you so much.